right, man, let's talk about Munguia, Jaime Munguia, potentially fighting Edgar Berlanga. I talked about, or will be talking about, I try to remember to put that one, the Eddie versus Hearns versus Oscar De La Hoya video first. I'm going to reiterate a couple things. I think, that's kind of gives you the pretty much overall just the boxing. You got them both on the zone, but both on the zone, where the zone is not the hottest platform because it's the newest platform. And instead of working together to take the zone over the top, they working against each other, and that's all boxing is. Right? Eddie Hearn complained, I think, on IFL TV about, Al Heyman, Top Rank, and etc., not wanting to work with him. But they don't work with each other anyway. And, pretty much him and Oscar going back and forth. Instead of working with each other, they working against each other. And basically, Eddie told him that I'm going to go over your head to the bosses at the zone and see if they want to make Munguia and Berlanga. It makes sense, which Eddie Hearn is right. Oscar De La Hoya said, good luck with that. And so, like I said before, even though Oscar De La Hoya should have a fighter that should blow through Edgar Berlanga being the Munguia, just let you know that's boxing. Together, they could work together to try to open doors and knock doors down in boxing and for the zone. But instead, they bumping heads and they in competition for what? Well, they could be doing, every quarter, they can do a Matchroom versus Golden Boy card. Where they kind of can come together unofficially and utilize both rosters. Where they can sit down and see what work and what don't work, and they can be both better, efficient promotional companies and be better for the zone. Come on, Oscar talking like everybody like him. Don't nobody like Oscar? No way. But that's what's wrong with boxing in corporate America. All them hundreds and thousands of businessmen that go in the rooms, they don't like each other, bro. They did foul-ish to each other. But they got one common goal, and that's to get the bag and get the company to where it need to be. And they need to have that mentality, and that would start with Munguia and Berlanga. And Munguia want to jump up to 68 and fight everybody up under the sun instead of staying at 60 and fighting Genovic. Well, here go a fight for him, Berlanga, Munguia. No belt on the line, no belt needed. It's a fire fight. I would favor Jaime Munguia, so that's why I don't understand why Oscar De La Hoya complaining and crying. You want Munguia to be in a big fight? What bigger fight is, versus Mexican? Introduce Munguia to the East Coast. That can open up the big room for them in the Madison Square Garden. They can do it in Mexico. They can do it in Puerto Rico. And that give Berlanga an opportunity to, to flex his muscle a little bit, even though I think Munguia probably going to stop him. That's my personal opinion. But I did see improvement with Berlanga bringing his old trainer back. Now it's getting him to realize when you close that distance, keep jabbing. Don't look for one or two big shots. He coming in and he'll throw a jab, and then he get you pretty much, he position you to be on the ropes, and then he'll throw a big old right hand, or he can come back with a big old left hook. Instead of throwing that jab and popping underneath and then ripping the uppercut and coming back around the guard, he got to learn how to rip his shots better and be patient. Get his head off the line and all that. But Munguia, I think, got a little bit too much sauce for him. But then again, Munguia is the smaller man coming up. Berlanga, I don't think Berlanga really grew into his man body neither. Looking at him versus Jason Quigley, so he still got a lot of bone structure growth to do, even at 68, to be bigger and stronger. But that's a good fight. Munguia, superior athlete, fast for hands and feet, but he reckless. And to be honest, you moving up to 68 and you get reckless versus a puncher like Berlanga, it could be all she wrote. And I know Berlanga had all them knockouts. He ain't got a knockout since, but a smaller man coming up, you don't want to get hit by Berlanga. I hear people say, well, Berlanga got stopped in amateurs a couple times. He got dropped by nobody. Andre Ward got dropped by Darnell Boone. Lucian Bute got stopped in the amateurs versus Gennady Golovkin. It happens. Everybody ain't got the that's, Camboso got stopped in the amateurs with one big shot. And Teofimo Lopez thought he was going to replicate that, so I don't really get into that shit. Shit can happen. Some of the journeymen are some of the biggest punchers out there. Go ask Darnell Boone, Andre Ward. If I ain't going to get into that, but at the end of the day, Berlanga need to be working on getting his head off that line a little bit more and working on punch variety. But I think Munguia just too athletic for him right now. I think probably Munguia a little bit more too polished for him. Hand speed probably too much for him, but Berlanga got strength, Berlanga got power, and he's starting to understand patience. And when he understand that everything can't be fastball, and I got to throw a changeup or two, you know, then he started to mature into the fighter that he should be or whatever. But I continue to say, man, that's a fight that they should make, and Eddie Hearn is right. Now how Oscar looking at it like this. Well, this Joker ain't got nowhere else to go. So I'm not about to help Eddie Hearn stay afloat. Eddie Hearn ain't got no fighters. Ain't nobody lending no fighters. I'm gonna watch Eddie Hearn, you know, disintegrate. But you gotta remember when Al Haymon took all your fighters. Let's not forget that when Al took all the Eddie Hearn fighters and he was just sitting there looking stupid. So I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's a lot of jealousy, it's a lot of envy up in there. But what happened to doing what's best for the sport of boxing? What happened with doing what's best for y'all platform, DAZN? And that's why one of the better fights that y'all got to give. And I think it's winnable on both sides. I favor Munguia like 60-40, 70-30. Because he's the smaller man moving up. But I don't think it's going to be easy. Because you smaller man moving up, you got to respect Berlanga. Maybe De La Hoya don't want to, you know, don't think Munguia ready for Berlanga. Or maybe he think financially it ain't worth the risk right now. But I tell him then go fight Jindabik. Have Munguia fight Jindabik then. That make a lot of sense. But like I said, 1 + 1 in boxing don't always equal 2. It rarely does. You got guys who got the same fighters on the same side of their street. And they fail to make fights, you know. And it could be the fighter's not ready, or we trying to build it up, or whatever the situation may be. But you know, it's boxing. But I do think I damn near will pay for Munguia and Berlanga. Damn near, I might subscribe to DAZN for a month, but y'all can't be, you know, when I unsubscribe for the next month, y'all can't be keep taking the ninja's money. I wonder what their consumer rating is. I really do. I wonder what their consumer rating is. Because I see a few complaints, unless it's just trolls and people lying or they don't know what they doing. But usually when you unsubscribe to something, you really got to, like, I be YouTubing that shit. When I unsubscribe for something, like if I buy something and, you know, I'm fixed into a rate and it's gone, and they go jump up to their high-ass regular price, and I, like, you know, my phone will notify me, I can't know how to unsubscribe. I YouTube it or Google it on how to unsubscribe. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Quick, fast, in a hurry. That shit'll be done, finito. But that's one of the best things they can get you over at DAZN. You know, especially with Canelo being gone, shit, that's heat. You know, I always wondered, like, you know, why Canelo, if he really fuck with Eddie Hearn, you know, why Canelo don't make Jamal and David come over to DAZN. But, you know, Oscar, you know, Al Haymon is trying to drag as much as he can over to PBC to say they ass. But, you know, is it enough? Like I said, I don't know how pay-per-view helps the Showtime platform, but them only take 10% off top. I don't know how that really helped. With everybody cutting the cost. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how that really continues to, you know, progress the movement. But yeah, I mean, Munguia, another dude, you know, who need to master patience. Munguia a better fighter when he come behind his jab. Munguia, you know, he fight a counterpuncher. He gonna run into something. He gotta learn to not depend on his athleticism so much. That's why he go through so many intervals of being tired and jittery. And once Munguia calm down a little bit, be behind the jab, learn a 1-2, learn how to check, you know, hook and pivot off the hook and shit, the check hook. Once he start learning to take his time and just use his athleticism in spurts, he gonna be hard to beat. He gonna be real hard to beat. You know, because he got the feints and stuff down pack and all that, but he just like a buzzsaw with no defense, you know, controls on there, little thing. He just gonna cut through everything until he meet a object that he can't cut through. Then he gonna burn the saw out. But I think he should be able to be favored over Berlanga. But I mean, let me know what y'all think about it, man, in the comment section. I think he should beat Berlanga at 68. But Berlanga, you know, he growing, you know, physically, still maturing. He growing with patience. And the next thing for Berlanga is to utilize that jab, and when you close the distance, don't smother your work. Go underneath. Open people. He know how to open people guards up with combination punches and angles and stuff. So, but I think Munguia the better fighter. I don't think he might be a notch or 2 or 2.5 better than Berlanga. But Berlanga got power with a smaller man moving up. It'll be a very, very fun fight to watch. But here come Oscar the Grouch De La Hoya, you know, who letting his personal feelings and emotional feelings for Eddie Hearn get in the way like a female, just like all the other dudes up there. That's a lot of feminine energy at the top of this boxing game when it comes to these promoters. I could do a whole stream on it, but thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We're going to live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Hit the link tree, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, and much more. Peace.